Give me, like, in one word, and I have an answer in my head, but like Brandon Staley's culture, this team, like one word that describes you all.
Methodical. I think he's really in tune with the game plan as far as how do I beat this individual team. I think a lot of coaches are like, hey, this is our identity. This is what we do. This is how we're going to win games. And it's like with him, it's not like that. It's like, how do we attack these people on defense? What are their strengths? How do we stop that? Like, it's not about this is what we do and we have our pride is so strong that we don't change. It's like, no, we're going to change the way we play. We're going to change the way we play Patrick Mahomes and try to keep him in the pocket, stuff like that, because that's how we have to do to win that game. We got to tell our rushers, hey, bro, you guys cannot be going 30 yards up, 20, 12 yards up the field because he's just going to go right underneath you. And like just the way he attacks, hey, this is how we're going to attack these rushers on the edge on offense. Like we're going to chip them. We're going to have motions. We're going to put a tight end over him. Like just the way he approaches how we beat individual teams and presents that to the offense and how we practice or just the team. Yeah. And then how we practice it throughout the week it's next level that I've never been around. It's like this man really is game planning individual teams and not just the Chargers. And I'm like, that's something different. And it's been working for us. And we have the guys that can execute, his game plan. So that also helps as well. So
kind of reminds me of the guy I played for in Bill Belichick, who that's not a bad guy to be. Like a lot of people think Patriot way, very stringent, very like we do what we do. But in actuality, if you're in that building, it's like we can morph into whoever we need to be to win that week. And a lot of it is, who are we attacking? What are our weaknesses? That sort of thing. Last night, like I love the way you guys muddied it up because they're two very good rushers. There were a lot of big bodies in front of those guys, like that they had to sift through to rush the passer. And I thought Storm did a good job at right tackle too. Talk about how big him stepping in has been.
Yeah, it's been huge. We had Brian Balaga go down, and so Storm, who was the backup spot in that position, he had some experience starting. He's back up again. He struggled a little bit the week before. We made sure we chipped. Like we're chipping. Like we're helping him get underneath himself. And it just takes a little bit of time, right, to get that starting spot. He's only a couple of games in. And so now it's like, hey, he's starting to get a grasp on it. Rashawn Slater on the other end, locked down right now. That
he's so boring good.
Oh my God. He literally just like, all right, you're blocked.
Dude.
And then you're blocked.
In the run game too.
Yes.
And early,
Yes.
I mean, like, you don't have to say anything about this, but I'm watching the game as a rusher, and I'm watching Max and those guys, and you guys establish that run early, and it's one of those things, you slow those rushers down. You're like, okay, well, I'm in a 5, and then Rashawn Slater is going to fan out and move me. Like, I'm not thinking about pass rush now. The first thing I'm thinking about is Rashawn Slater. How about tempo? Because you guys do a great job of that. And, like, I don't know if people realize that tempo is not always about, like, hey, hurry up, let's use no huddle. You guys vary snap counts. You guys, like, if I was a defender, I'm like, I don't know, are you guys going to go quick? Are you guys going to take your time and run it down to 0? Is that something you guys talk about?
Something that's kind of like, I feel like no one really made this assumption or talked about, but when we go on silent count, I feel like it's easier to switch up and vary the cadence. Because when it's not silent count and we're yelling, hot, like, there's the instance like you want to jump, but if we're on silent count, we're watching the ball. It doesn't even matter. Like I can't even hear Jay Herb. I'm 7 yards behind him. I'm watching the ball. So like
that's really so interesting.
Yeah, it's really actually I think a benefit when we go on silent count because we can vary our cadence so much, and everyone's watching the ball, and you're less likely to jump on offense. Defense though, you guys are looking at the tendencies.
We love that. But it's true. You guys love it too as well because I see you guys jump off sometimes, and I guess the inflection of who's got the tougher hard count to sit in on, Phil or Justin?
I would say Phil. I would say Phil. We haven't done much with Jay Herb yet. One's not been silent yet.
Yeah.